Hey guys, before I get started with the video, I just want to give a quick shout out to a friend of mine. His YouTube channel is It's Jojo Smooth, and there's a space between It's and Jojo Smooth. He's a really funny YouTuber, and it really means a lot to me if you subscribe to him. He makes great gaming videos and many live streams, and he's really funny. So it really means a lot to me if you go out and check out his channel. Second thing I want to address is that now I have an Instagram and I also have Twitter, so if you want to check me out, my username is king_mohb. So yeah, now on to the video. Somebody saying consistent uploading scheduled YouTuber? Oh, hey guys, how you doing? Greetings fellow subscribers, I came on Smart Pain, and welcome back to my pain domain. And what do you think of my new hat? I look like a grandpa? Well, thank you for the compliment. Anyway, so today, instead of making a live video and with an audio recorded by a potato, today, instead, I'm gonna show you this. And I know what you're thinking, what the fuck is this shit? Well, I'm gonna tell you, I cannot find any other cover than this. So basically what this is a collection for my album. I collect currencies, I know, I'm a nerd. Alright, so why am I doing this? Because, well, I have nothing else to do. I have to update my PS4, and currently it's not really working that much. So instead, I have this to keep you guys steady. So today I'm just gonna show you 5 currencies from 5 countries. So to start off this video, let us start off with the only currency that everyone knows, the US dollar. Now, the US dollar is actually a special currency. It's the most circulated currency in the world. Everyone knows this. People think that this is made out of paper. It's actually made out of cotton. It even kind of feels like cotton, but in a way it kind of feels in paper in somewhat way. I know it doesn't make any sense, but it's actually made out of cotton. Now, what's so special about this, the $1 bill hasn't changed at all since around the 1920s. Like, this one has always been the design ever since around the 1920s. Now, what's special about this is because the $1 bill and the $2 bill are the only ones that have the presidents. This one is President George Washington, the first president of the USA, and he's inside of a portrait. That's the only ones that, they're the only ones that have the presidents inside a portrait. And what's so special about this letter, now it just looks like an ordinary letter, but actually every single letter, it defines a city that it was made in. Now it stands for made in Atlanta. I know that A stands for made in Boston, so yeah. And this one is actually a very special bill, and what's also makes it special to the internet is this. Obviously many people, if you're growing out in my generation, we would say that this is the Illuminati, but it actually isn't. The symbol of the Illuminati is actually an owl standing over a book of, I don't know, I don't really get the symbol that much, but it's not this. And people also say it's a Masonic symbol, but actually isn't. And the reason that people believe that is because the eye, and also in the shape of a triangle. Actually, this was done many years ago. In fact, the ones that first made it was actually the ancient Egyptians with the Eye of Ra. And this eye resembles God, like God is always watching. And the pyramid, it actually represents United States of America. As you know, it's united. So, Iplopotius Straphus, I know that I'm mispronouncing it in many ways. It stands for United We Stand. And this is the Great Seal. Yeah, the Great Seal of America. This one over here is the coat of arms of America. You know, the eagle with the shield and the arrows and the branch. Now, the second part of the US dollars is the $5. Now, I have 2 $5 bills. What makes them so different? Well, this one is from 2003, which makes Abraham Lincoln inside the portrait instead. And obviously, there's only the color green. Most of their bills are only green, obviously. And for the new $5 bill, it is actually adding new color. Also, Abraham Lincoln, and for the 20, 50, 10, and 100, they're all out of the portrait. And basically, this one is an eagle. This is what's different. the eagle is blue, and the 5 over here is purple. This one is widely known. Everyone knows the US dollar. Now the second currency I want to go to is the Canadian dollar. Now one Canadian dollar equals about like $1 for America, or even less of a value actually, most because the Canadian dollar isn't that widely circulated. But what makes it so different is that every single bill of a Canadian dollar, they have their own kind of color. Like this one is blue. The other one, like I know that $20 Canadian dollar is green, so I know that. Also, it's plastic. Like I cannot tear this apart. Also, there's a mirror where you can see like through it actually. And over here is a kind of a, actually I don't really know this, but it's a kind of a building. Like I know in the 5 UK pound, British pound I mean, that they have the Buckingham Palace over here, and it's kind of like the same, most because, you know, Canada used to be a colony of the British Union. And what's on this is also what they say is the greatest PM of their history. So yeah, that's out of the way. Also, I really want to say something special about this. Over here in the C, there's kind of like 6 dots. It's not in Braille. Like, it's not written for the blind people that they cannot see, but they can only feel. It's not written for that. It's actually, like, they just, you know, put it for, you know, no reason, actually. I think it's for no reason, but I don't really know. But I do know is that the entire European Union use only one currency. This is the euro. Now, this is actually kind of a mix between the US dollar and the Canadian dollar. Like, part of it feels like cotton, and the other part it feels like plastic. Like, over here it feels like plastic, but the rest it feels like cotton. What's so special about this is, like, every single bill has its own size, and every single bill has its own design, like, with the color and, like, what they use for the bill. And, like, what makes it also so special is that, like, every single bill has its own kind of landmark, most because in the European Union they're looking to unify Europe, and putting a person or a certain person from a certain European history, it would separate that. So they use the landmarks as to unify it. And yeah, it just makes it so special. And by the way, I have to mention that there's most of these currencies, they have kind of like a hologram inside here, but I cannot show you, most because I don't really have a light to show you, and it won't really be clear that much. So I have the third currency out of the way, so why not move into, let's see, the Chinese currency actually. The Chinese currency is kind of like the US dollar in a way, most because like one side they have their president and the other side they have the landmark. This is the Chinese yuan. Now the Chinese yuan, it doesn't really have that much of great value to the US dollar, but it is actually kind of powerful. Not too powerful like the Kuwaiti dinar or the British pound or the euro. Actually, a 5 euro costs about like $6, so this one has a really high value. But in all of their bills, they have their first People's Republic of China, by the way, their first president, Mao Zedong. This is the 1 yuan. They have a coat of arms here, which actually feels very different. Another security feature, these lines over here, they actually feel like they're sticking out. And what's so great about this is that, like, they have like really beautiful landmarks, and like it says what it actually, like, it says I believe what the landmark is or something. I don't really understand, most because it's not really written in English. It's written in some kind of many languages actually. So this is actually really nice. And what's inside here is like a flower. Like the hologram over here is actually like a flower. Now we're gonna have to get the last currency out of the way. And the last currency, I saved it best for last. And what's best for last, you might ask, is the Kuwaiti dinar. 1 Kuwaiti dinar equals $3.25. So if you think that the euro is a high value, this one, it's literally like, it's over 9,000. Like if you could put that old ass meme to it, it really matches it. Like, this thing, ever since 2018, it has risen its value. So what's with the Kuwaiti dinar? Over here, there's the coat of arms, obviously. It's a mosque over here, and it says over here in Arabic, Al-Wahid Dinar. And over here is kind of like a hologram. Like, I don't know if, yeah, it's kind of like a color changing hologram. It doesn't really show that much, but it's the best I can do. Over here, actually, this one, this thing over here. If you see it through a light, you will see the number 1 written in Arabic form, like the Arabic version of the number 1. It will be seen over here. Over here is some kind of a pillar. Obviously, there's a security bar. And over here, you'll see, I don't really know, but it's like a bird, obviously. Like, over here, I could see a bird, but I don't know what it is. Either it's a pigeon because its beak is so small, or either it's the, like, kind of eagle. I don't really know. I really don't. And over here, it says the Central Bank of Kuwait, and in calligraphy, it says 1 dinar. It's actually really beautiful, and it's really expensive. Like, I bought this thing for like 4K dinars. So anyway, that's the currencies I'm going to show you today, mostly because my phone cannot handle over 12 minutes or 13 minutes of recording. So this is the best I can do. This is part 1 of my currency collection. I hope you enjoyed, and have a great day. Bye.